Well. Looks like I'm back online again as Dapper Ninja. Who else would I be online as? So I had to end yesterday's stream early. And today I didn't actually really get to stream, but I'm doing it now. Starting it now. About 5 hours later than I normally would. Because there were things happening. And what do you do when there's things happening? You have to go and do those things. Especially when they include family. So that quest is now completed. So now it's on to the things here in Booty Bay. Not in Booty Bay, we're going to leave Booty Bay very quickly. We're going to head towards some aged gorillas to get some aged gorilla sinew. Because the only way to have aged gorillas is with some sinew,
what can apparently. I do for you? Or the Alliance.
So, on the plus side, it looks like there's a quest reward cape that I might be able to get fairly soon. Oh, that's right, and the cat decided to turn the palm of my hand into Swiss cheese. So that was lovely of it. Always helpful. But first stop off is some aged gorillas, because we have only half a bar to go to get to level 40. That means things like mounts and more training, more quests that'll turn yellow, more things to do, people to kill. Good evening, how are you doing? Hope things are well. Time for gorilla killings. Gorilla. I don't really need crippling poison at the moment, but any kind of poison will do. Yep, got myself into a hole. That's always a good start. Let's continue trying to smack things. That's right, gorilla. Your worst nightmare is here. Orc with no bananas. Gorillas like bananas, right? And I wouldn't really have a clue what a gorilla's like, but you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna go hunting for sinew, which always sounds like a lovely thing to do. Always wanted to go hunting for sinew. Let's hope these two don't get too close to each other. Oh good, they did. It's a good start, isn't it? Let's get the old DPS cooldowns going. See if we can not just survive, but actually win. I mean, really, we should be fine when it comes to two things of our level and using cooldowns, so... Is there a bit of lag? Seemed like there was a bit of lag. Let's go up here and see if we can pick some flowers. Picking flowers, very important part of playing WoW. You're supposed to get distracted by flowers at every moment and go, ooh, lovely. And then get attacked and die. Because, you know, it's all part of the process. Playing games. Though I'd rather not die. Takes a very long time to get it back up to this point. But if it happens, it happens. Did I kill the only, 3 remaining alive gorillas over here? Okay, yeah, it seems like I did actually do exactly that. There's lots of corpses around. That's a bit unfortunate for me. I'm very close to leveling now. Yes, very, very close. Whoop, there's some gorillas over there. Let's go that way. I'm sure this person that's drinking has similar ideas to me. To kill the gorillas that are over here. What you do. Right, level 40 is just around the corner. And I'm looking forward to getting myself a mount. And some kind of human. Ew, it's a human. Gross. One more kill should level me now. I'll try to have plenty of silk cloth to make more bandages with as well. Which is good. A lot of the humanoids that I'll need to kill now for quests will also start dropping Mage Weave. Which will be good because that's where my current bandaging is at. So that will be quite handy. Let's go over here and we'll stop this gorilla from going around the place. I wonder, when distract gets resisted, does that mean it wasn't distracting enough, or are they like too stupid to get distracted by something? Alright. It's a weird thing that happens. They're all like, ooh, something shiny, or they're too focused on something else. There's that level 40 I was talking about. Grab Adrenaline Rush. One of my favourite cooldowns. It's a DPS cooldown, so we'll put it down here next to Blade Flurry. And hopefully I won't need to use that cooldown soon. But you never know. Still need to get this aged gorilla sinew. Well, looks like I get to use... I'll use Blade Flurry as well. So this is the nice thing about using Adrenaline Rush. As you can see, my energy just rebuilds very quickly. There we go. Lovely. Wasn't even like fighting one. Just absolutely destroyed them. But now I have no cooldowns, so... I'm still going to get this, I still want to get the aged gorilla sinew. Average victim level 5.1. These are the third deadliest creatures in strength. Why are level 5s running through here? Why are such low level characters going through here? Like, what are you doing? Why are you doing these things? Why? What's going on, man? What has gone so wrong in your life that you need to be in STV when you're so low level? I don't understand. This is a mad thing to be doing. Can't do that yet. It's not plugged in. It's not charged enough. It's a concerning amount of stopping on a server. That's very worrying. There has been some issues on the servers recently as well. There's a bunch of DDoS attacks apparently early this morning, which was causing a few issues in some of the new raids. So that would not have been a lot of fun to be part of at the time. And it was causing disconnects and all sorts of things. I mean, my latency's still goodish. As good as it gets on an American server, full American server at least. So I don't know. I don't know. What's going on there? What's going on? I still haven't got this thing yet. No, I can't see it there. And it's just like, wait. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Mockthardin's enchant. Okay, that's fine. One gorilla, come to me. Have an aged gorilla sinew as well while you're at it. I would like one aged gorilla sinew. Hold the mayonnaise. Mayonnaise makes me sick. Feel free to put some chili on there though. Delicious chilled aged gorilla sinew. You can see it's been finely aged. Salt aged and something. Slow cooked in a underground barbecue. It's only for the connoisseur. It's also for the crashing sounds behind me. Resist. Rude. How can anyone resist me? I am adorable. The most adorable orc rogue that ever killed you. Okay, stop parrying me now. Come on, I'm much closer to your level than I was before. You know, one whole level closer to your level. Less parrying, more just dying. You should die dramatically at the side of me. Like a southern belle. Oh, my stars! I have the vapors. Oh, the orc is far too mighty for me. Come on. What are you doing? Silly gorilla. I'm getting plenty of coarse gorilla hair. Which is pretty gross, but you know. It's not like I'm patting the gorillas or anything, so. Patting them with my swords. It's not really much of a pat, to be honest. But soon. Once I get this sinew, I'll go hand that in. Then I will path on back to Ogrimmar. So that I can go here. Here is my training. Here is my mount. Though I have to go to my bank alt to get the my casheronis for my mount. See if we can just fight one gorilla at a time this time. One gorilla. I don't. It's not supposed to be that rare. But it's hard to really say. It shouldn't be rare, because it's a quest drop, but there's weird things with the with a lot of the quest drops and that sort of thing. Some of them you can get them off like one kill. There it is. There it is. Like, I think this quest drop is supposed to be about 10% or something. So, which is, you know, pretty high chance of drop when it comes to these things. Oh, and then my ankle just cracked like a bastard. That hurts. So, believe I've got to go to Gromgol. Yep. So I head to Gromgol. Hand him his piece of gorilla. Apparently sinew's hard to find on an old gorilla. It seems a bit weird to me, but pretty sure I'd be pretty sinewy already, and I'm not even that old. Well, I don't know. It depends on what you call old. And there's a whole bunch of extra quests here, all red, of course, so there's no point grabbing them yet. My giant egg quest is still red. Alrighty. Ooh, oily blackmouths. And there's a cat. What's the cat going to destroy this time? Other than my soul. And my hopes and my dreams. Whiskey Slim's lost grog, eh? Whiskey Slim should have learnt to hold on to his grog better. Go through the confusing maze that is the Salty Tavern in Booty Bay.
What do you need?
And we'll head to Gromgol. What are you doing, Mantis? Cat's a bloody psycho. Though I guess I'm the bloody one since I keep getting attacked by the cat and being left with bloody hands and arms and legs and everything else. Oh well, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so when I left before, I was that close, just at half a bar. Now I'm a full bar into level 40 already. 6,000 XP done. Just 84-ish thousand to go. Surprisingly quick sometimes. Only sometimes, though. I actually would like to do Dizzy's Eye quest, because that's got a decent cloak for me. And I haven't had a cloak upgrade in a while. That actually looks like a pretty nice cloak. I like that one. Which means I need to do up to snuff as well. I thought there was... Oh yeah, that's the one there. Bloodsail, swashbucklers and charts and stuff as well at the same time. That's another quest. It's a good set of quests to do all at once. And that in for another 2,500, and we get our Nugget Explorers quest, which goes hand in hand with the Akiri's by the Reed one, because that's to kill the same things, but to Ogrimmar for training and buying of mounts. Which means what I should do before I run off to do my training, let's go to Mr. Mailbox. We're going to stand by the mailbox. We're going to log out. We go over to Mr. Bankholt, Mr. Japatrol. It is where I store all of my cash. My 115 gold. We will send to Dapper Ninja 100 gold in monies. Subject. Have to put a subject in when you're sending gold. Otherwise, it doesn't know what you're doing. Apparently, it's all very well programmed. This. All right. Now we take our monies. Thank you, Mr. Japatrol. That means now I have... Jeez. There's a lot of banging, crashing going on over there. There we go. Now we go over here. repair and sell these things. Wow, that gorilla hair is actually worth a lot. Oh, that's right. I need to get some more food for eatins as well. Got to get myself the eaten food. Get my health back. Don't want to go becoming any kind of what's it called? Experience for any of these mobs. But level 40. Level 40. One more point in this. So level 41, I got a point in aggression. And then I move into the assassination tree. So that I can assassinate all of the things. There's so many bangings around. So much banging. No, I'm not even doing it. It's not really a complaint. It's just, you know. I just like to pretend that it's irritating me. It's not actually. I really don't care.
Relax.
Oh, I can actually do dual. How can I go to improve my luck? Dual. How much is dual talent? 50 gold for dual talent.
Be with you, man.
That's actually pretty good. Do our little bit of training. There we go. Safe fall's a really good one to have. The rest of them here. Eviscerate is also good to have. Let's create some more poisons. I need some more instant poison. 12 more instant poison specifically. And the wife is getting attacked by the cat. Yeah, he's definitely in attack mode. Oh, she's trying my trick of pointing at him. Surprising. I'm surprised how well that worked, actually. He literally just stood there and stared at her like, oh, a finger, eh? It's like, but come on, man. I didn't get to distract him that much. What the hell? What the hell? Why? Why does this work so much better for her and not me? I still just end up getting all fucked up all the time. It's very unfair. I find his behaviour very unfair. Anyway, so I've topped up my poisons, which is good. So I've got them. Still got plenty of crippling poison because I made far too much of it before. Which was kind of the plan at the time. Let's see. I don't have enough gold thorn to really make a decent amount of more agility potions, but it's alright. I'll look at that at some stage when I've got more gold thorn. What's this quest? Necklace recovery. Alright, what's this all about? Look for valuable necklace within the Alderman dig site. Necklace may be damaged. Yeah, I'm not going to Alderman at the moment. In fact, I need to turn around and go back this way anyway. We need to go amount purchasing. The question is, what kind of wolf should I get? What wolf should I get? A threatened Feralis. Okay, Rick Wars. Yeah, that's fine. That's his one. You too good. Oh, okay. Oh, that's the quest to go find that Pagel. That's the quest to go and find the guy that'll give me the quest. Trying to tell you that you no longer have pretty skill. You may find Nat Pagel, a human fishing off one of the islands south of Ferrum. Yes. I know where that is. It's one of the areas I want to go to. So I want to get my fishing and I want to get my bandaging up, so I should actually have a quest for that. There's probably actually a quest down here that starts it as well. Yeah, Horde Trauma. Looks like there's Tabitha's task down there as well, so. But first, what do we want? He's a wolf. We got a riding instructor. Hello, Mr. Riding. I'm sure you used to get a quest for this. 18 gold for that. Done. Riding. Now the question is, do I want a dire wolf, a timber wolf, or a brown wolf? Let's have a look. Now that's brown wolf. That's the dire wolf. That's our timber wolf. He's a lighter brown than the brown wolf. I'm going to go with the timber wolf. I think I normally get the dire wolf. I'm going to go the timber wolf just because that also reminds me of. Okay, timber wolf. Put him there. Goes there. Yes, bind it to me. Bind me, the wolf. Bind it. Oh. Oh. That's better. Oh, so good. Yeah. Ah. So much better. Can leave running behind me now. Which worth it. So how much gold do I have? I've got 28 gold left. I'm gonna have to go back to doing some farming to get some more gold. Much of the farming will need to be done. But that's okay. It's good. It's good. Get all of the gold. Oh, so good to have a mount again. Like it is one of the most painful things with leveling in WoW. It's just how long it takes you to get the mount that first time. You're just like, oh, I so needed a mount. Needed it. Let's see. I picked up this enchant. Let's see if it's worth anything on here. It's not. So let's see. We'll see what we can sell it for. We'll see if anyone in the guild that I'm in needs it. I mean, it's not actually the best of enchant, but that's okay. Yeah, the druids have it good because they get the travel form quite early on. The shamans get a travel form as well, which is good. Let's send that to him. Warlocks actually have... Warlocks and paladins both have a cheaper mount. It's still at the same... They get it at the same time as everyone else gets their mount, but it's cheaper, so... That's still good for them and nobody else. And I mean, I do get to use sprint to boost my speed a little bit when I was going places, but it's all good. Put in that. Somebody's killing Gammon, as always. Let's see. Now, where was I going to go? I was going, because I want to... Yeah, I'll go up to the first aid. go up to the first aid guy and get the quest to go and do to get my first aid higher. It's all good though. Oddly enough, using sprint is still faster than the mount. No, Classic does not have flying mounts. Flying mounts were brought in Burning Crusade. And even then, that's only in Outland part of it. So flying mounts for this world, for all of it, was Cataclysm.
Go forth to victory.
Oh, quest log is full. Okay. Let's get rid of that quest. I'm probably not going to do it anyway.
Loktar,
Oh,
may your
trauma.
blades never dawn.
So off to Arathi. Yeah, so Cataclysm, because of the world redesign, they could bring it out in Cataclysm. So part of the reason for the actual world design was so that they could bring in flying mounts for like everywhere. Because at the moment, so if we had flying mounts now, there's actually there's areas, so like you fly through there at the moment, but say on top of this rock, it might be very unfinished terrain up there. So a lot of bits of the map are like super unfinished, and and they didn't want people to be able to fly to those places, so they had to they went, you know what, we'll completely redesign the map, and we'll have a Cataclysm,
Strength.
and that's how we'll bring in flying mounts everywhere. But you know, it's all good though. It is nice having a flying mount though, especially once you've got like the epic flying mount or one of the 310% flying mounts. They're really good. You just zoom and then. And even with like the Druid's flight form, which you can get a swift flight form for, which is 280%. Once you have a 310% flying mount, your flight form then just becomes 310% as well. So you still end up a bit faster, which is good. Because otherwise that would have really sucked. It would have been like, okay, the Druid's flight form's slower, so we stop using the flight form. The Druid flight form's the most fun because you just jump off things, fall off cliffs and go, oops. Flight form, fly away. Ah, damn it. Boo. I missed the boat. I missed it. Now, I also got safe fall, I think, didn't I? Let's see, what did I get? So we've got all the usual stuff. Sure, I saw safe fall was one that I got. Yeah, so it's just a passive. So now I can jump off higher things and not get damaged. If I want to. I don't really. Now I need better gear to continue leveling with. Must continue the leveling experience. Oh, that's fine. That will be fine. Oh, my poor little orc. Missed the boat. Oh, went into his face. I'd like to get him new weapons because his weapons are level 31. So, and they're the main thing you want to replace with rogues because they're very very weapon dependent class. It's the same with warriors as well. If you outlevel your weapons, your amount of damage you do doesn't really scale anymore. So you just end up well behind in damage. Whereas a lot of casters and that sort of stuff can kind of get away with it a bit. Which is unfortunate. So that's not the boat I'm waiting for. That will take us to Gromgol. Oh well. Oh well. I'll just sit here with my finger up my nose waiting. Is that actually still an emote? I think it was something like nose pick. There we go, yeah. That is still an emote there. Yeah. The shamans are out here. Warrior. Need to play a game of Junken. Junken Bong. They're using the melee staff way of doing things. Leveling. What are you? Where are you leveling at, Mr. Trap Master? I have my mount now, so I'm good. I'm all good now. We're outnumbered by a band of brothers now. It still costs about the same. I think it's about $15 US a month still. So, which is more than I'd like, but still. Because oddly enough, I'm still playing on like private servers and stuff. New Goblin on Hyjal. Goblin Warrior now. Oh. What's the level cap on that now? Is it like a 110 or something, or? Oh no, that's right. No, that'd be a Cataclysm server, wouldn't it? So that'd be 85 would be the level cap. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 85. I remember now. I remember. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Gotta watch out for Pepperidge Farm. Pepperidge Farm has too good a memory, I think. Gonna have to do something about them. Damn Pepperidge Farm and their memories. I'll show them. I'll show them all. Anyway. Good Alchemy 223. So we're going off to do first aid first. First aid, yeah. First aid, we'll get that up. What's the other one then? I'm probably going to try come back here for the fishing one. Because I think with the fishing one, he makes you kill... I can't remember exactly. That Pagel's just there. But he gets you to go and kill these things along here, which I also have another quest for. And I can also get the Sephorium booster. Don't know about this Tabitha quest for the Tiara from the Deep, though. That doesn't sound like it'd be friendly. Doesn't sound like a friendly, cuddly quest. So let's see. Let's see. So that's still red quest. One more level and that'll go orange though. I mean, these are red quests, but like these are actually, like this one's pretty easy. You just kind of have to bandage a bunch of dudes that are injured using a special bandage they'll give me, which I'll just, you know, it's actually pretty easy quest. I think I've done it several times. Could be wrong. Yeah. So you've got to do the you're doing the leveling a character to try and fill a hole sort of thing in the raid. I understand doing that. I've done that quite a few times in the past. It's normally one of the reasons why I end up with so many characters, so that I can normally fill in healer roles and that sort of stuff. Barely take any damage doing that now. Safe fall is so good. Yeah, it's a like if you really want to push things like doing some of the raiding and that sort of stuff, it can be very good to be able to sort of fill gaps and that sort of thing as you need to. At least that's the way I've kind of always done it. Sometimes you can end up with multiple undercooked characters though as well, so that can also sometimes be an issue. Though I have found that gearing a tank and gearing a healer are both very easy things to do, because they're normally the two easiest class archetypes to actually to get groups in, especially tanks. Normally tanks is the easiest class to get a group in. These days I generally prefer healing. Like I normally aim towards healing or DPS personally. But each to their own. Reclaimed treasures. Do I have? Bring the end. Interesting. Take a ride to Arathi. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. It is one of the things when you do have trouble getting certain things, it's good to fill a role. Ah, yep, that's good. Yeah, if you worked on them getting them that pre-raid bis, you're pretty much all set, and you can cruise along and do your killing and fighting and enjoy. So, yeah, I think my old guild is doing a lot of the Dragon Soul raid. I think at the moment for Cataclysm, they're all getting excited for Mists of Pandaria now. I don't think that's too far off. I'm not entirely sure. Zon Oz. Let's have a look. I don't remember his name, but I'm just flying at the moment, so I may as well look him up. Zon Oz. So, which raid is he in? Ah, yep. So he's in Dragon Soul. Ah, cool. Ah, that's awesome. Smashing out some Dragon Soul bosses is awesome. Madness of Deathwing, Spine of Deathwing. Okay, so Spine of Deathwing and Madness of Deathwing are two different raid bosses. Okay. There you go. You can tell I haven't looked into it that much. So that's really good. 4 Dragon Soul bosses down. That's awesome because you guys were on Firelands Rag like 2 weeks ago, I think, wasn't it? Yep. Well, hey, you're making progress. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good to make progress. Yeah, that sometimes can happen. You kind of, especially if some of your raids seem to run pretty well. You're like, yeah, we've got this. We're good. We're gonna smash it, and you kind of get a little bit of a reality check. Also, the good thing is, once you've done a bit more of the Dragon Soul raids and everything, you might be able to get that. You might be able to kind of all go, you know what? We never got Rag. Let's go back through and just smash through Firelands a bit. So you might find you end up kind of doing that as well. So, you know, you'll just sort of get past the gear check a bit faster, that's all. And go all in. So, I mean, that's what I'd probably, you know, see if you can get a raid to do that at some stage, you know, when if people are feeling like it, and sort of put out some feelers and stuff. Just because, you know, yeah, I'll see, and when that's your incentive to go back as well. No, it was like even when like in Burning Crusade, you know, the Black Temple came out and all that, but everyone still wanted to do Kalthas so that they could try and get the Ashes of Alar as well. So in the least, you'll probably find that there will be a bunch of pug groups that want to do it. A bunch of pugs and you know, a bunch of people that are overgeared and just want to smash through and enjoy it and try and get the hands on them out. All right, let's see what we got here. Horde trauma. All right, triage. Save patients by using triage bandages. You must save 15 patients before 6 of them die from their injuries. Critically injured soldiers die first. Die the fastest, followed by badly injured, and injured soldiers take the longest. Okay.
Dark Lady, watch over you.
Alright. Put that there. Let's see. Badly. Critically, you... I actually quite like Burning Crusade. I think it's a pretty nice environment. Sad when they fade away like that. That's okay. Got to save 15 patients. Yeah, tanking pugs is not the greatest of things. Oh, to be honest, actually, healing them can be pretty awful as well. It tends to be all the DPS blame healers and blame tanks for anything that might have gone wrong, and it's just like it's a bit crap, guys. Come on, you know. The two hardest ones to get in, and you're gonna badmouth them for no real reason. Though I still used to do a fair few pugs. Though I think last time when I was playing Classic, I didn't actually do a lot. I mostly did guild runs. But if I went into a pug, they were mostly just like, "Holy shit, you've got a ridiculous amount of gear," and it's like, "Oh yeah, it's because I do full raids and shit." So. Oh no, it's very much your problem if there's a bad pull, because you've got to try and keep them alive, and sometimes they're just getting wailed on far too much for you to manage. Oh, I've completed the quest.
Speak quickly.
So there's times when the tank will have a good, 20 or 30 mobs or something on them. And it's just like they take way too much damage. And then the tank still blames you for their death, even though there's literally nothing you could do. It was just like, dude, you were basically, you went from full to 0 in 0.5 second. Yeah, I know. I've still been there, but some people get way too butthurt in them still. Yeah, I mean, the healer doesn't get a lot of the blame. I will say that, but it is normally the tank that gets blamed the most. But yeah, the amount of people that get so super butthurt over a death is just astronomical. And it's just like, well, you just run back, guys. You run back, you repair. It's not the end of the world. And they're like, oh, but it cost me 3 gold. And it's like, okay, then. Didn't cost you 600 hours. Don't worry about it. Where was I going to go next? That's right. I was actually going to go do my fishing, but don't think I've still got 26 on my hearth, so don't think that's the wisest course. Let me just put my fishing back there. So what we might do instead, we might fly down to the Badlands, because we've got a couple of Badlands quests. We've at least got one. So let's go to the Badlands.
Farewell.
Do some questing down there. Yeah, I mean, in the end, people will generally find somebody to blame. Sometimes the tank will find somebody to blame. DPS will, healers will. It depends on the group. It was actually one of the things that really damaged WoW the first time around, so before any of the classic stuff, was because they started the whole cross server thing. People sort of felt like they could just abuse anyone that wasn't on their server. So people get so abusive, it was just ridiculous. Oh yeah, that's always a problem as well. There's you end up with other people just kind of going, I'm just going to keep pulling stuff to the tank. The tank will be fine. It's like, well, the tank only has so many abilities they can throw out at stuff. You know, they don't have a taunt for everything every 2 seconds. It's, people will try and do things like that to you though as well. And then before you know it, you've got a healer that's getting wailed on, because normally they're the one that if nothing is being hit on a mob, they go to the healer, because naturally the healer is the one that's generating aggro if there's nothing else hitting a mob. So if one of the DPS has just decided to pull it, that's normally where the healer's like, you know what, this is pissing me off because these DPS are idiots. Because I've been in that situation as well, where I'm watching our tank run his freaking Nana off trying to pick up all the mobs that are getting pulled when he's not pulling them themselves. And I'm the one healing them going, I've got 3 guys on me and I'm healing me more than anyone else. This isn't good. Yeah, people have weird perceptions about some of these things. They just think it will be fine. But no, just let the tank do their job and it just makes everything cruisy. Even if they're a new tank learning their job as well, it's still just better to let them learn and just sort of sit back. It might take you a couple of 10 minutes longer to do a dungeon, but the tank will be a better tank for it, and in the end it'll actually take less time to do the dungeon, because you won't all freaking die and have to get rezzed and run back and do all that sort of shit, so just let the tank pull at the pace the tank wants to pull at as well. Don't go being idiots about it. It's pretty easy. Let the tank do their job. Band of concentration out of a booty chest. Okay. So, I mean, that's the thing. When I've been healing, I tend to just sort of sit back and just try and keep everyone alive to the best of my abilities and get through a run. I've always found it's normally easy to tell when it's a tank that's still learning as well, because most tanks will actually mention that I haven't tanked that much before. Let me know if I'm pulling too much and doing all that sort of stuff, and you're just like, cool, easy. Oh yeah, no, it's like especially as a tank, it's just like I don't want to deal with this shit. The tank is of all the jobs, it's the one that actually takes the most concentration, and you have to pay the most attention, and you've got to know the most about everything in the dungeon as well. So you probably find that after tanking a dungeon, you're more tired than if you were healing or if you were DPSing. Especially if you're DPSing, because a lot of the time, DPS is turn brain off, press AoE some more, shout at somebody for you perceiving they haven't done their job right, press AoE again. It's a bit of a... It is a bit like, especially once you've done some tanking, you realise that, yeah, being a DPS is a crazy easy part. But no, tanking, like, it's generally a good idea to know what the abilities of the mobs that are in the dungeon are doing and that sort of thing, so you can so you literally can plan ahead on what you're going to do. I've got to turn my headset back on. Apparently it's decided to take this moment to turn itself off. Come on. Turn back on. I know this battery's not flat. Stupid headset. Been doing this a lot lately. Very frustrating. I don't think I'll stealth past the ogres. I will rob them and kill them along the way to my quest.
Can't do that yet. I don't have enough energy.
Yeah, but yeah, that is part of the problem. You kind of need to. I mean, for the healers, it's good to have an idea of what some of the mobs will do. Like you don't need as great a knowledge as the tank, but sometimes it's good to know what sort of damage you're gonna go out, so that you can anticipate whether or not you're going to need AoE heals, or you're going to need to do big heals on the tank, or you can just kind of run around the tank like a nutcase if you feel like it, which was my habit as a healer. So I used to literally because I was a druid healer, and you don't have a lot of heals that have a cast time. I was a lot of heroic dungeons that I literally run rings around the tank and whatever mob they're fighting, and I just run circles around them, healing everyone, just out of kind of boredom, possibly just because I'm a bit strange. Level 43, eh? I thought they were going to be level 42, but oh well. I actually remember it was very, again, way back to when I was originally raiding Molten Core. And again, druids do a lot of still did a lot of moving around and stuff when they were healing then. And we did like a little bit of recording of one of our Gar fights. And in the middle of the Gar fight, one of our druid healers just comes wandering past, like in the most casual fashion. Just like, geez, dude, come on. Okay, we're starting to get a little bit concerned there. Can I at least get one of my rock things? Fuck. Yeah, Holy Priest tends to be a caster a lot. Disc Priest, if I remember correctly, don't tend to have to stand too still, because a lot of their stuff is at least in Ice Crown, it's shield and renew does a lot of the work. But I think it just depends on the way you're doing it. I liked druid healing. I was pretty good at it as well, so it was my go-to. And I had ridiculous levels of gear because of the guild I was in and that, so. Oh yeah, you don't. Now, if you're a certain healers, just they should not ever duel each other. A druid cannot do any kind of damage when they're resto spec. It's basically a 0 damage class at that point. But you can heal forever. You just won't run out of mana. And it's just insane. So, yeah, it's just...
I don't have enough energy.
So it's fun when you're standing there next to all the melee DPS, literally meleeing a boss with them. Just stand there punching it in tree form. It's good. I always found doing that entertaining, especially when it's a raid boss as well. And sometimes you do need to be under a raid boss's feet in that way. I don't want to fight these level 44 ones. I only want to fight the level 42s. I didn't like fighting that level 43 one before. It made me sad. I never did any arena or anything as a druid healer though, and I reckon I probably should have. I wonder what that would have been like. I should have teamed up with one of our rogues or something that used to do a lot of arena. Yeah, I don't know if they kept tree form in that much for Cataclysm. In Ice Crown, it meant you actually did. There was like a buff you gave to the other players and that sort of stuff. Made your heal over time spells do more healing and that sort of stuff. So, but I know for a lot of that stuff changed for Cataclysm. The druid healing changed a lot every time there was a major patch, because they really couldn't really get their finger around how to actually get the druid working right, I think. I really badly need new weapons. Yeah, I think in Cataclysm, tree form becomes like one of your cooldowns rather than the thing you're permanently in. So in Burning Crusade, it was weird because you have a tree form that you want to be in all the time, except when you're moving around, because it actually slows your movement speed. In Ice Crown, they removed the movement speed slowing part of it. And then I think in Cataclysm, they turned it into a cooldown, so it does some sort of boost for healing. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't really investigate it that much for Cataclysm. So yeah, it just feels like they never really 100% knew what they were doing with the druid. So and that's been like all through World of Warcraft. There's just so many different things they've done to the druid. Because that was what was even stranger when it came to original WoW. This one is that you've got a tank form, you've got a DPS form. So you had your cat and your bear. You didn't have a tree form. You didn't have any kind of shapeshift for that. But that was the role you were expected to fill in a raid, 99% of the time. So it was like, what? Yeah, oh yeah, and that's also something that's followed them throughout all of World of Warcraft is balance issues with the classes. Always, always shall they have balance issues. Never shall they fix that. I don't like the fact that everything around here is like level 44 or 43. But I'm going to go on a level 43 now. I might even use my Blade Flurry cooldown on it. Extra 20% attack speed should be good. Should work out. Also got to eat after every kill, which is a bit annoying. I only need one more bracer though. I can get the crap out of here. Go hand in this quest and see what the follow-up quests are. Come on, bracer. Yeah, it's a bit sketchy out here. Alright, that's good. So, should get myself out of here. Go find some less sketchy places to be. If I was another 2 levels, this wouldn't be a problem. But, I mean, and even then, I don't really like how, just how high level everything is. Yeah, I'm the one nearly dying, and so it's keeps me on my toes. Keeps me on my toes. And part of the problem is I can't use poisons as well because the elementals are all immune. I should be able to use the delightful mount. Get the crap out of here now. Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. So, it's only King's Blood. Mount. Where was I without you, mount? Ah! With the mount, apparently I'm stuck on a bush. Let's see, so that's my Sign of Earth one. We need to go around there. Oh, it's so good to have them out. Oh, I'm going to keep going on about that for a while. That's right, you could have died and then had to completely level the character from scratch again. So it could be worse. Could be worse. And getting gold in as each expansion goes on always just gets easier and easier as far as I can remember. That's right. Level 40 now with really crap weapons. I need better weapons. Oh my god, my weapons are awful. And thank you, yes. Getting level 40, it has been a bit of a slog. It's bloody crazy. Still. I'm not very good at expressing that kind of excitement, so, you know, I'm very casual about the whole thing. It's all good. Alright, so, speak to Lucian, Tussle Wrench in the Badland, okay. Something about a number 5 cog, okay.
Pleased to meet you. Be seeing you.
What do we need here? I'm going to be over there behind cover, feel free to join me. Okay, that's concerning. Bring some pattern bronze plate, blah, blah, blah. I can't speak. Yeah, repairing can be nasty sometimes. Let's get rid of this Alderman quest so that we can pick up this one.
Interesting. You have a great day now.
Now, I have concerns about this.
Hi, how are you? Be seeing you. Off and away.
I'll wait till this person's done with whatever they're doing. There we go.
Alrighty then.
Okay, defeat the Fam Rector Guardian and bring...
You have a great day now.
Okay. Oh, this might be... Difficult. Yes, it's going to be very difficult. Because that's a red mob. Damn it, it evaded. Can I do anything to this? I'm betting I can't. Let's drop down a bunch of the cooldowns. See how this goes. I don't think it's going to go well, but I've got Vanish, so if I need to. It's all good. Yeah, I'm not hitting enough. I need another level before I actually do this, I think. Yeah, let's abandon ship. We'll abandon ship for now. We'll come back. I want the nifty spot pocket watch, but not at the cost of my life. So come back. Come back and we'll do that. I've only got 3 minutes until my thingy is off cooldown. Yeah, I mean the only reason I actually even try that sort of fight is because there's the chance I can win it, and I've got Vanish, which is like it's a flawless get out of combat. So otherwise I wouldn't even try it. Like if I was on a warrior, I'd be like, yeah, not even starting that fight. I'll just completely pass on that. Yeah. So it's one of those you've got to know when to do it and when not to do it. And since I've got a guaranteed get out of jail free card, and I'm far enough back from where it was going to reset to, which means it's perfectly fine to give it a crack. So, I mean, it's possible I could have even done it just with better weapons. I'll have to look on the auction house when I hearth eat just after I kill this thing. There we go. 34 seconds. Let's kill one more. Little bit of experience, little bit of grey loot to sell. Like I probably really only need one more level to be able to take that one on, just to make it orange. Blow all my cooldowns and I'll be able to kill it, but it's alright. Yeah, the closest you've really got to any kind of get out with a warrior is if you've got if you're only using warrior abilities. If you've got there's the shout that you've got that slows a group. If you're only fighting one thing, if you can hamstring it and slow it down, that's probably the and fear as well. So if you can do a fear with a warrior, depending on what you're fighting, they're probably your main get out of jail free cards. But even then, it's still sketchy and still may not work, because you may attempt to run away after a piercing howl or a hamstring, and as soon as they may turn around on you and hit you in the back straight away and daze you, in which case you're still just as screwed. So I'll put this one up. I'll put it up for this deposit of 6 silver. No, I won't. I'll just. Yeah, there's mobs that are immune to fears. There's mobs that are immune to slows as well. So, but things like a vanish literally takes you out of combat. So things like vanish is basically 100%. Unlike feign death, vanish also can't be resisted. So it's like literally of all of the single character abilities, probably the best as a get out of jail free card, I'd say. So everyone sort of has a couple-ish, but the rogue has the most reliable. Now, let's see. I think a Blade of the Tiger will go nicely, because these are... Actually, yes, I'll grab one of these. I'll just grab two of these. The one of the monkey that's on here as well. It's too expensive for my tastes. So I'll grab two of these ferocious falchions of the tiger. So, but I mean, it's also one of the reasons why people want to play rogue as well, because you do have your get out of jail free card. The only time it can sort of backfire is if they're a mob that can see through stealth, like some of the dog style mobs can actually see through stealth. Oh, it's a main hand. Oh, son of a bitch. And now I've gone and soulbound both of them. God damn it. That was dumb. That was dumb. But yeah, as I was saying, so if it's like, say, a dog that can see through stealth, you still want to be far enough away that they won't aggro back to you. So, and all you need to know for that is basically where their spawn, not even there. So where you actually start the fight, you just make sure you're a bit away from that. Yeah, if you actually are fighting a rogue, warriors are very good at fighting rogues. Though rogues are good against a lot of the other character classes, so... Yeah. But yeah, when I've played a warrior in PvP and that sort of stuff, I always found actually fighting rogues to be pretty easy. I might get one of these as my new offhand, because having a fast offhand isn't a problem. Oh, spent more gold than I meant to. Especially if you're an arms warrior and you've got overpower and that sort of stuff. Because a rogue is always going to dodge a lot, and overpower is very good in that sort of case. Place that. There we go. That's good. Now it's all right. 25 gold still. That's all right. I think I've still got 15 gold on my bank alt as well. So I still have a little bit of cash. I'm going to vendor that because... Honestly, there's people trying to sell that on the auction house for 11 silver, and that's what it vendors for. So, I don't know. You're not getting anything out of it.
Goodbye.
Apparently, I'm going to run into a wall. Alright, now I need to get myself some more vanish powder, and more flash powder, because I've got 2 left. And I don't want to have any encounters where I need vanishing powder and I don't have any. Very important to have the correct amount of powder. off we go to the Thieves' Quarter. Let's see how my new sword setup goes. Should go fine. Then we'll head out back to the swamp. Swampy Swampington the Third.
Blood and thunder.
Flash powder, wasn't it? And I need 18 of it. 18. Put me back up to 20. There we go. So what we'll do, because we've got Marg Speaks for Dustwallow Marsh. So I need to get a jewel pendant off certain things. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to head towards where they are and fight them on the way towards Nat Pagel. And I think they actually do have a runaway mechanic, so I'm going to want to use crippling poison on them. I'm quickly going to go fill up my glass of water, so I will be back in just a moment. Alright, I'm back. And I'm doing something you shouldn't do. I'm eating. Not supposed to eat on stream. It's very rude. But my food has been very out of whack this weekend, so need some more fuel. I had old person dinner last night, and dinner at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3:30, 4 o'clock, something like that. Didn't really have a lunch today. It was an afternoon tea at my sister's place instead. So, I'm all over the place. The difference is you don't have a microphone in front of you. But, you know, I'm glad you're enjoying it, though. Nothing wrong with having something nice to eat. Mine's a couple of mint slice biscuits. Very tasty. Chalky and minty. Together at last. Together going into my belly. Well, my apologies if you find it rude, but yeah, I needed to eat. I was hungry. But I'm good now. Oh, good now. Tree stump cookies. That's not the most appetizing sounding flavor. I don't know if I'd be entirely on board with eating something that's supposed to sound like a tree stump. But at the same time, it's a biscuit. I'd probably still give it a go.
Good to meet you.
I like them. I like cookies. They are tasty. And in the end, that is the most important bit. If it ends up tasty, doesn't matter what it really looks like. Doesn't matter what it's called. Tasty is the winning. It's the winning ingredient. Alright. Now let's see if we can do these. I don't even know what I need to do for the Natpagel quest, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to head over to this area and see if I can make my way through the hills to get to the water. Looks like a tree stump. Well, at least at least they're not mislabeling it then. But but if it tastes nice, that's perfect then. That is what's important. Yeah, like the ones I have, they're mint slice biscuits, so they're basically a chocolate biscuit with mint on top, and then covered in chocolate. So you end up with a bit of mint, a slice of mint inside the biscuit. So, very tasty. If you like chocolate and mint, they're very, very good. If you don't like those two things, especially if you don't like them together, you're probably not going to like them very much. I don't know if these things run away or not, so we'll, just in case, we'll crippling poison, and we'll other poison. Now they're not what I'm looking for. Oh, we don't get those style of Girl Scout cookies over here. I have heard of Thin Mints though, and they actually sound nice. I think they sound delicious. I've heard of them in a lot of like American TV shows and that sort of stuff, and I've always thought they sound pretty good. Like, we do have Girl Scouts over here, but we don't have those specific cookies. They don't come around selling them and stuff like that. Which I think is unfortunate, because I like cookies, and I'd probably actually buy plenty of them. Because things like cookies and donuts and that sort of stuff are always things that manage to make me open my wallet. Yeah. You don't get many people coming to a house selling donuts though, so I normally have to go find them. I just wish less places would stop closing that sell donuts. That's always annoying. Good places always seem to close. Makes me very sad. Yeah, so that's exactly what I hear. I hear that those ones are really nice. And it's like, that's what I want. I want yummy things. That is what I like, having tasty food in my life. That's what it's about. Oh, well. Can't have everything, I suppose. No, but it's like there used to be a, like literally 5 minutes from my house, there was probably the best burger that I've placed that I've ever had. He made the greatest burgers. Absolutely love them. And instead, he shut up shop, moved to the other side of the country. It's like, but why? Why would you do this to me? You went from literally within walking distance of me to it's a really long plane flight now. Like, I can go to New Zealand by plane faster than I can go to the other side of the country. Oh, that ain't good. Stop dazing me, you swimming jerk. Go away, Thresher. I've no need to fight you. Come on. Hurry up and leash, you bastard of a thing. Now I want more. Now I want more cookies. I want more food. Yeah. Best burgers I've ever had. It was so close. Now it's so far. I have much sadness. You got to watch out for those threshers as well, because they're ones that they can proc an attack, and so they can do like 6 hits all at once, and it's not very good.
Safe travel.
All right. So
Good
what
day to
is
you.
my quest?
Have a good one.
All right. So Nat Peg wants you to catch the following fish. That one from Swamp of Sorrows, that's doable. Desolus, easy. Feralis might be a challenge. And Stranglethorn Veil. Okay, that's okay.
See you around.
Feralis. Which one is Feralis? That's Tanaris. Azanil's Feralis. Feralis, okay. That's actually about my level. Okay, cool. But before we get into that, we've got to find more of these bastards to give me jewel pens. I don't think I want to go over there. That looks bad. So yeah, that's really good. Being able to make your own favourite burger, that is awesome. I would love to be able to make my own favourite burger. Maybe I need to work on that, because burgers are actually like my favourite food. They're like, I gladly eat burgers constantly, but it's so hard to get a decent one, and I've been spoiled now, and so I don't want to go back to having any kind of crap burgers. So maybe I should start thinking about that. Should start thinking about that. There's a large amount of deaths over here. That concerns me. Another thing that annoys me is you've got so many of these things here. Oh yeah, lots of freaking mobs here that you can kill. But I found one. Why have I only found one? Oh, and there's one. At least it's level 42. Oh, really? You cast lightning bolts? Really? That's not cool. Okay, it's just getting worse all the time here. What's going on? Blizzard, why do you hate me so? Let me have line of sight. How can it still see me? How can it still shoot at me? Alright, this quest has already annoyed me. Well, I'm going to head this direction then. Ah, for fuck's sake. Alright, coming out here was a bad idea, I've now decided. Yeah, I'm starting to see why everything was been dying out here. Okay. Alright. Alright, this is supposed to be a yellow quest. It's very misleading. It's just rude, I say. Very misleading. Still going to go and kill this one over here. Yeah, it's strangle kelp. That's alright. I've got lots of strangle kelp. And pockets to pick? It does. That's kind of surprising. There's a few places I can get a pretty good I should be able to get some pretty good beef from around here. We've got a really good butcher nearby. And he tends to have a lot of really good stuff. I'll have to have a chat with him. But for me, it's a lot of the two things that I mostly need to get right is the way to do the bun and the seasoning in the meat. They're my two main the two things that I feel that if I get those two things right, I can make a really good burger.
It's too far away. I don't have enough. Not enough. I don't have not enough.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to have a chat with my butcher and see what he's got. See what he can get me. Me and him get along really well because I've been a customer of his since he opened, so I'm sure he'll be able to accommodate. He's been around for years now, so. Yes. Might have to be something I looked at. Oh, a bit of beef bouillon. So it's everything. I've got all of those things in my mix that I've got in the in our pantry. So yeah, so I'd probably put cayenne in there anyway because I like to have a bit of spice to almost everything I eat. Admittedly. So I can see that definitely being something that'll be in there. Definitely something I'm gonna have to work on.
I don't have
And you know, I am supposed to cook dinner every now and then around the house. I do at least once a week. I should do more. So I think pudding burgers wouldn't upset my wife at all because she really likes good burgers as well. She's also very sad that the local burger guy closed and moved away. Oh, come on. Got to be able to get up there at him.
Not enough. I don't have. Not enough. I don't have.
Ah.
Not enough.
There you go. Got the kick in that time.
Not enough.
Stupid islands. Why don't they make it so that you can actually get on the fucking things? Jeez. Freaking... What the hell? That's just ridiculous. I'm going to those sorts of lengths to try and fight something. Yeah. Sometimes that's what you've got to do. You've just got to be...
I don't have. I don't have.
Yeah, it's the worst when it's just like, oh yeah, this bit of terrain that the AI can climb on super easily, you have... it's literally impossible for you to get on there. Congratulations. Enjoy.
I don't have.
Enjoy our annoying terrain.
I don't have. Not enough.
The level 43 casters aren't actually that bad to fight, at least. We're going through charges very quickly. No. So the casters are actually pretty easy to fight. These guys aren't too bad as well, so that's good. I would prefer to be able to sneak up on stuff a bit easier, but... Hey, come back here. You die. You die now. Alright, stop and eat. Couldn't find a way to booty bay the other day, so we're around a long, long way. It's so annoying when you've got to do shit like that as well. Where you're just like, I'm just gonna have to parkour over everything because I don't know where I'm going. And you get there and you're like, okay, I finally have that quest out of my bags. And it probably wouldn't have been that bad if I didn't even do it. I understand. You get kicked.
Not enough.
There we go. Hoping I could kill him before he got that off. There we go. Got to sneak up on this one, so that's good. Not enough energy. There we go. Got the kick in. No more. Need more energy. That is an odd way to spell dumb as well, by the way, because E and B are very far away, so you can't even say you fat fingered that one. That's a pretty big one. That's also why what you do is when you if you ever have to write emails and that and you end up, you know, you get to write warm regards or whatever at the end of an email. go for something like Worm Regards instead. Because A and O are really far away from each other. Ah, crap. Got fucking healing. And that just makes people go, wait, no. How is that an easy typo? What? The other one I like to do is, instead of Warm Regards, go Kinky Regards. So instead of Kind Regards or Kindly, you go Kinkly. That just amuses me instead. Because nothing like adding kinky to one of your emails. Especially if you're working in a professional environment. Alright, let's see if we can kill this one that's under the water here. Without dying too hard. Now, I need to actually change my work signature so it says kinkily. I think. Because I'm pretty sure mine says kindly at the moment. Beautiful. Kinky regards. Look, most of the people I work with would think it's funny. And that's the main thing. Oh, I'm too far away from that guy. Let's just get the fuck away out of here until he resets. I'm really hating this jewel pendant quest now. It's really annoying me. I hate fighting in the water like this. It just is just the crappiest thing ever. Give me an area I can properly fight on. This sucks. Fuck no. Yeah, and they've put in mobs that run away. Just to add insult to injury, because you can't chase them down easily. Well, that's good. No. No cost for you. Bad muck shell thingy me. Don't even have a pendant. Look how many of these things I now have in my bag. What you've done to me. Ooh, actually, there we go. This is better than I thought. Getting zesty clam meat for one of my quests. Alright, now I'm less annoyed. Still slightly annoyed with it, but less annoyed. Didn't realise I was getting stuff with zesty clam meat in it. Yeah, interrupts are really good. And I've got a couple. I've got kick, I've got kick, kidney shot, gouge. All of those will stop casters. At least they'll stop the casting anyway. So. It's just a pity I need that this only has a 10-yard range. Otherwise I'd use blind as well. At least this guy seems to be on top of the water for reasons only known to him. I really shouldn't be able to sneak up on something like this, but who needs the laws of physics anyway? Laws of physics for people that play games that aren't these kinds of games. There we go, that was a good one. I'm getting better healing potions now as well, which is good. I need to actually start making some of those, but I need sungrass for them. My only problem is making sure is remembering to make sure I've got enough energy to actually use my interrupts. Seems to be my biggest flaw. Like now. Jewel pendant. Yay. Scary enough, I almost want to keep fighting them so that I can get more clam meat. But at the same time, I don't. I really don't. I got my pendant though, so that's the main thing. So that's that quest that I've got to go. Okay, just got to go to Brackenhall Village with that, so that's fine. There is another quest over here that I've got to pick up a Seaphorium thingamy. And I've just got to make my way somehow through here while having lightning bolts fired at my ass. The great thing about Pummel is it's off the global cooldown as well. So even if you've used other abilities that should be on the same global cooldown as Pummel, you can still use Pummel. That's one of the things I really like about the warrior cooldown. So you can be spamming all your other abilities and still Pummel at the same time. That is brilliant. Whereas Kick is actually on the same cooldown as a bunch of my other abilities. So I can end up being globally locked out of using Kick, which is a bit annoying. The reason I mostly know that is because at one stage when I was maining a warrior, there's a boss that has a cast that you have in Oldwa, second last boss just before the God of Madness, whatever his name is. I can't remember it for some reason. When you're fighting him, the boss has a big AoE burst that you have to interrupt. And our guild basically had competitions to see who could get the most interrupts, and I was hard to beat. Oh yeah, Cleave is actually Cleave works the same as Heroic Strike. Where the fuck is this herb? So it's one of those ones where you queue it up and it does it on your next melee attack, your next wide attack. Okay, I don't know where that herb is. It seems to have spawned in the tree. I'm going to give up on it now. Get on my mount and ride away. Yeah, so Cleave actually works off, so it queues and then it goes with your next wide attack. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is the terrain here so dumb? Why did they do this terrain so just moronically? Why? They were listening to the voices in their heads instead of actually designing it well. Anyway. But yeah, so yeah, Cleave uses up one of your wide attacks and cleaves instead of it being the wide attack. It's still a really good ability, so when you've got multiple mobs to kill, very, very good. Especially when you're tanking as well, I believe. I'm not a vastly knowledgeable person when it comes to the tanking side of it, though. Fury Warrior in Ice Crown. I know a bit about that. was very close to getting my Shadowmourne before they decided to turn off our private server. See if I can get this Fade Leaf at least. Have to kill an ooze to get it, but yeah. Here, Fade Leaf. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Nice and easy to get and everything. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. There should be some Khadgar's whiskers somewhere as well. Looks like it's more over this way. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, the talents changed hugely into Kata, because it was a complete overhaul of the talent system in general. I think with Cataclysm, I think most of the talents changed throughout almost all of the classes. So, but yeah, I was very knowledgeable throughout Ice Crown though, and a bit before that. Oh yeah, so they stopped it from being the way it used to be, which is probably for the best, really. Okay, that's got to go to Shimmering Flats, so I've got to go to Brackenwall Village to get on a flight path anyway. I think it's because what they wanted to do, the Cataclysm was their chance to do an overall rework of the game to kind of what they were trying to aim for was because at that point it was when was Cataclysm? Cataclysm was something like 2012 or something like that. So I think it was like what they wanted to do was do a big overhaul and essentially kind of refresh the game without fully rebuilding it. So that way they could still run the same sort of engine, but they could rebuild a lot of and try it and balance and everything. So that way they could do this big rebuild and because all the starting zones were changed so that when you did your questing and all of that sort of stuff all through the game, instead of it being like this where I've got one quest to run over somewhere and one quest to run a completely different direction, that was much more organized and grouped, so that your actual questing itself was a lot more streamlined and it made a lot more sense. Because but the questing when it comes to in Classic, especially the very first game, questing is very haphazard, and you do a lot of traveling across the map all over the place to do various quest lines that don't really follow a really decent linear path sort of thing. So they wanted to really make it a lot more linear and a lot more up to date, basically. Like I do understand completely why they did what they did. But some parts of it, I don't know. I think some parts of it did rub people a lot the wrong way. So this is like the worst thing about Swamp of Sorrows. Just the amount of just random shit that will constantly chase you everywhere. Hey, Dumb Dodo, how you going, man? I'm not doing too badly. I've managed to make it to level 40 and I've got my mount. And I've only nearly died a few times since then. Yeah, that might have... It might also be like one of the reasons for Cataclysm that people kind of stopped liking it as well is because they found the game too linear and they didn't really get to explore as much when they were playing it. So it is one of those things. It's I feel like when Cataclysm came out, they were almost aiming it at a new, a different direction. So, but yeah. Oh yeah, in Classic very much. If there's anything on the ground that you've got to find, it's much harder to find in Classic than it is in like any of the other expansions. I think they even put sparkles on stuff for Burning Crusade. So big quality of life change, that one. And I'll just not get stuck on barrels, shall I? Getting stuck on barrels is for noobs and me, apparently. Bring the to Azor Lone Tree. Take the pen to Azor. He's well schooled in alliance politics and will know what to do with it. Okay. But first, we're going to go to Shimmering Flats. Because I've got a thing to go give to the guys down there. Yeah, an add-on to find stuff on the ground would be so good. For some of the things, like when you got to pick up like something like even just a cog on the ground or something, and it's just like there's so much ground clutter I can't see shit. Technically, you could turn off the ground clutter, but even then, it's still some things are still hard to see. I remember in what is it, Burning Crusade, in one of the many quests that you get where you've got to find poo, because of course you've got to find poo. There's some kind of poo or toilet quest in every expansion. It's always something to do with poo or something, and there's some of it that's like sitting on top of bushes and stuff, and it's really weird. So get rid of ground clutter. If you go into graphics, there should actually be, so you can actually change the level of ground clutter. So I've actually got mine up high at the moment. So more than likely, if you put that down to like 1, there'll be almost no ground cover at all. So you'll have very little cover if you do that. It also means it'll be easy to find herbs and that sort of stuff that look exactly like the grass that you're trying to hunt for them in. Which, being a herbalist, is probably something I should do. But I also want to, because I am streaming it, I want to try and stream it at the highest graphics level, all that sort of stuff. So probably when I go hunting herbs off stream, I'll do things like that. Which at the moment isn't really a thing, but I'm level 40 now, so you never know. I might have to do it because I want to level up my alchemy a bit. So, but actually I do have a fair few materials and stuff on me. So I can do some. It's just I need gold thorn for friggin' everything. Except for lesser invisibility potions, apparently. That's alright, I'll make some more agility potions for myself when I'm next doing some potion making. Watch out for the respawns, there's always going to be a lot. Always going to be a lot of respawns. Oh, I'm so close to being able to actually start doing Tanaris quests as well. Ooh, Gazrilla. So that's got to go to there. That's going here for that. Should see if anyone needs aquamarines. It's like another 5 levels before I can really start questing in Tanaris. I actually don't mind questing in Tanaris as well. I see where most of the deaths happen, and I know what quests they are for, and I know also, I completely understand why so many deaths happen on those particular quests. But those Tanaris quests where all of those deaths are, they're actually a good show of a good questing ground where they've actually grouped a bunch of quests together, which just doesn't happen often enough. That's all. Though some of these are pretty good, like the Up to Snuff, Dizzy's Eye, Bloodsail Charts, like all of those ones are all grouped together as well. Maury's Clubbed Foot, like the Voodoo Jews and Zanzil's Secret, two that are together. Well, there's a few around that aren't too bad. There's a couple. Let's see. We've got one quest here. Oh, yep, that's our elite quests and that sort of thing. So we won't worry about those. We'll come over here, though. Here's your Sephorium booster. Bring it to Gadget. Why couldn't I have just taken it to Gadget's End first? They should have told me to take it. I landed at Gadget's End. Go that to Gadget's End. How about fuck you? Give me my quest reward and go fuck yourself, you bastard. I can go here. What am I? The Korea? Pretty sure this isn't Fallout New Vegas. I'd probably be a lot better shooting if I was playing that. Right, so for that one I need pattern bronze braces, which I'd just buy off the auction house. Probably for 10 gold, knowing my luck. Sign of Earth, gotta kill him. So many STV quests as well. I need to do these elite quests out in STV. Probably do that, try and do that on one of my next streams, I'd say. And try and get a group together and do like Bagthera and that sort of stuff. My gun would keep breaking though, because I'm pretty sure that was the thing all through Fallout New Vegas, where you'd have a certain amount of durability to your weapons and that. If I remember correctly. Unlike in Fallout 4, where I don't think they broke anymore.
Have a good one. Keep it real.
Let me guess, go back to Shimmering Flax. Yeah. Oh, at least I get I lose strength, but I think I want the stamina. Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah, I'm just playing a career at the moment. I came past here just like 2 minutes ago with the Sephorium booster to take up there, and he told me to bring it back here to you. Probably should have told me to freaking go there first anyway. But no, can't have that. Can't be giving me accurate information. That's far, far too hard. No accurate information for me. That's exactly the same reason I get so cranky at managers at work. They just cannot give accurate information. But I can't go and talk directly to that other team, because that other team, you've got to go through management. Yeah. Everyone's got to be a freaking idiot bureaucrat, apparently. Working is great. I love working. It's a wonderful thing. So good that humanity developed this thing where we have to work for everything we do. It's good. Good. No complaints here. So exactly. How could work ever make you mad? It's the most wonderful, enjoyable thing in life.
Talk to me. Hurry back.
Alright, Razorix Racing Grips.
Keep it real.
Take those. Yeah, I'll accept the loss of some strength to get the stamina. So I've been feeling a bit lacking stamina in a few fights. Alright, now I've got... that can all go vendorship as I go to Tanaris again. Or do I want to go to Tanaris again? Maybe what I should do is actually head over this way. Because I could head there and get that flight path at least. Yeah, I'll do that. Oh yeah. I actually work for a public service department. So I deal with a lot of bureaucrats. I'm not specifically a bureaucrat myself. I work in our IT area, hitting servers with hammers and throwing cables at servers and that sort of thing to make it all work. Keep our infrastructure pretending to work. Exactly. Like I'm not one for filling out forms. It's just like I make our infrastructure work. That's what I do. Hit server with hammer, get banana. That's my job. Server monkey. Server broken. Hit server with hammer. Get banana. Yay! But then it's like, oh, we're gonna have an outage. Okay, well you've got to have 15 different teams sign all of these. Decide they all need to send emails to say they agree to it, and we've got to go through the change process, and it's got to go to the change committee, and and like, I'm dying of old age from you explaining this to me. I understand why I need to do all these things, but can we streamline this process, please? What the hell? Make it so our lives just work, please. Thankfully, a lot of that is taken care of by management. Mostly. If things stay the same. I don't know if they're going to. Let's see. I still prefer the way I get to do things, which is fix server, get banana, stay being server monkey. Happy man. I kept getting asked if I was going to apply for a team leader position that came up within our team not that long ago. Which my answer was, oh dear God, no. Therefore I stayed server monkey. And I laugh at my mate that did get the job, who is now my team leader. He now has to deal with my shit. That poor bastard. His life is going to be hell, and I'm going to make it that way. Partially deliberately. Partially accidentally. And yeah, we do end up with that question a lot as well. The computers work fine. Why do you get paid so much? Because the computers are working, right? Yeah. Oh, it's even better with our work. It's like, so we get a thing called flex. So if I work half an hour longer than my 8 hours for a day, that half an hour goes into flex, and I can take that half an hour as leave at a later time. It's also very easy for me to do any sort of overtime or anything like that at my current level. And with the way that yes, you get more base pay, and with the way a lot of the bureaucratic side of things work at my work, overall his take home now will be less than it was when he was the same level as me. Because in the end, I end up having to do kind of... I do less work, get my base pay slightly less, but I still get the flex, which he no longer gets. He's just expected to do a 40-hour week compared to my 38-hour week. He loses out on a bunch of stuff that actually makes life a lot better to be the one level below team leader. So, server monkey it is for me. The only thing that would be different would be if I was close to retirement age. I'd get a bit more out of being a team leader then. But retirement age is probably still 30-ish years away for me. If the government doesn't push back retirement age even further, so that we can work until we're dust. Not that the government would want that. Work until you're dust for as little pay as possible. Buy a house. Have at least 3 children. What do you mean you can't afford any of that? Get more jobs then. Have 7 jobs. Work 48 hours within your 24-hour period. Raise children and own a house. Pretty sure that's how it currently works. Pretty sure. I should stop ranting about this. Oh dear. Yeah. The world's a broken place. This is why I play computer games. I want to play computer games, pretend the world doesn't exist. Except for the world of Warcraft. Yeah. Oh yeah, the world is definitely getting dumber as well. Very much so. The rich are getting richer, and if you're not rich, you're not getting richer. And then governments are wondering why populations are dropping. People can't afford to have children, can't afford to have food, can't afford to have a house. So come on, guys. If the super rich don't get their shit together, there's not going to be anyone to, I don't know, serve them their caviar on a hooker's ass or whatever it is they have for dinner. I don't like caviar really. Maybe a burger on a hooker's ass. That'd be better. Don't really know even why it needs to be on a hooker's ass, but I think it needs to be for it to be high level cuisine. I think that's how it goes. I'd get cheese. I like cheese. I'm very much a cheese guy. I'm very lactose tolerant. Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably have trouble enjoying that meal, especially if one of the hookers was actually had a bit of gas or something like that. You know things are going to go horribly wrong then. Got to go to such and such a lone tree in Orgrimmar. So we head to Orgrimmar. Could you imagine that? Jeez. Probably shouldn't imagine that, actually. That could be traumatizing for people. Why does my brain come up with these things? What is wrong with me? Why do I end up back? This is what I start babbling stuff, and my mouth goes further. Just keeps running and running and running, and then my brain suddenly goes, "Wait a minute, what did you just say?" Ah, dear. Store your cutlery in a G-string and everything. I've got to get away from this. It's just bad. It's just go horribly wrong. Oh my god. Maybe I'm getting too tired. Jesus. Oh no. Alright. So I've actually got a fair bit of my zesty clam meat now. Actually should work out where I get Alterac Swiss from. I looked up the giant eggs. I know where I get those from. I need a couple more levels before that. I need to get pattern bronze braces for that quest. Where are we? Let's go in here. Where do I need to go for this one that I need to hand in? I gotta go over there. Cool. Then I can go see about pattern bronze braces. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those Death Knights. Death Knights are, they're an unfriendly bunch. Very unfriendly. Is 90k hit points that much for Cataclysm? That's true. Death Knights, they're letting you know that they are going to kill you by having death in their name. I thought, what was it? What did they do? I think it was in Cataclysm, because the Death Knights have the ability where they grab you from far away. Yeah, Death Grip. But I think doesn't one of the healers have a sort of grabbing you ability as well? To like pull you out of danger sort of thing? So I think I swear they brought something like that in for one of the priests. Death Grip, Blood Boil, 5,000 dots. Yeah, that sounds like fighting a Death Knight, alright. Yeah, level 80 versus level 85 Death Knight, you're basically gonna be dead. And then because they're a Death Knight, they're gonna camp you as well. Yeah, that's right, yeah, priests have Leap of Faith. That's the one. I always thought that was like, okay, so you can pull a friend to. So I always thought that's one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, getting on the boat's about to leave. Just as the boat leaves, yoink, just yoink him off the boat, just to mess with people. There might be conditions that you've got to meet before you can actually do that. I don't know, but I always thought that's the kind of thing that a guild of trolls would just wander around doing to each other, because you just love trolling each other, just like my old guild would do. They loved trolling everyone in the guild. There's just nobody was off limits in the guild. Actually, I think the guild master was the one that copped it worst of everyone. Except when we were on, this was one of my favourite things we all did was a guy on the private server we used to play on, and we felt the need to troll him really hard I can't even remember. I don't even know why we feel like we have to troll him so badly. But so there was about 5 or 10 of us or something. We started mailing him a lot of stuff. To the point where what we do is you'd buy a stack of arrows, you'd buy 200 arrows, and then you'd literally sit there mailing him individual arrows, literally hundreds of them. To the point, and it got so bad for him, so he probably had several thousand single arrows in his bank, or not in his bank, in his mail, at one time, and it got so bad that it actually crashed his mail for that character, and the person that ran the server couldn't fix it, so his mail was utterly ruined for his main character because we'd just constantly send him stuff. So if he opened his mail at all on his main character, it crashed his client. It just killed it, and yeah, and it was. I think we were still playing that for about a year, and that was still his main character for about a year, and he just couldn't use mail at all. So it really screwed up anything like, I'd really like to be able to send myself some herbs so that I could make myself some flasks right now. And that sort of shit. Just even for raids, it just, and even then, even when we started playing Classic, and he still had some utterly hopeless things where we were just about to do a pull for a boss, and the 10-second timer came up for the pull, and for some reason he started casting, and he was just like, whatever. His cast finished, we did the pull, and the reason his cast went for 10 seconds was because he was hearthing. So he missed out on the boss fight because he hearthed back to Shatrath instead of actually joining a boss fight. It's just like that. It was just like everyone was. It's just such a you thing to do. Nobody is surprised that you managed to do this. Oh wait, no, aquamarine. Keep aquamarine. I think they're actually worth something on the auction house. And we just couldn't help trolling each other badly. But that was another thing was we had the server was cross faction, so you could be Horde and Alliance doing the same raids and that sort of stuff. So you could group up with Horde and Alliance just because there was a low population, so they set the server that way. And but what would happen is, because it was also a PvP server, so what you could do was you could actually kick somebody out of a group, and that would PvP enable them. And so what we would occasionally do is we drop somebody of the opposite faction out of group, and then use either the druid or shaman abilities that would have a knockback along with them, and just fire them off a cliff or something while we were doing Ice Crown or something. Because I don't know, we were just being horrible to each other for reasons that none of us really understand. Take your time. Thank you. Bring honor to us. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm just getting a ring. Oh, okay then. Cool. Blue ring. I'll take that. And I'll actually get rid of the bone band. Swap that out. Just that way. I do lose a little bit of stamina, but I gain a bit of strength. That kind of evens out what I lost before. Well, it is fun to mess with boosters as well. You've got to do that sometimes. You know, it's all part. You've got to find the fun things to do. Back in it was back in original vanilla WoW. There were a lot of Chinese farmers and that sort of thing around the place, and their characters were set so they would automatically accept group invites, and they would automatically accept summons. So what you would do was you would take a warlock and 2 other people, and you'd swim to the bottom of the ocean using underwater breathing from the warlock, and you'd have kind of scouted out a bunch of the farmers beforehand, and you'd summon them all to the bottom of the ocean on like the other continent, really far away from where they were, just because seemed like a good idea at the time. And you'd summon them into, or it was like they were all the way out, almost in fatigue waters. where they'd come out. And, you know, we'd just, then they could be on their way. Enjoy their day. And if they hadn't deleted that character, we'd end up doing the same thing the next day as well. Because, I don't know, we just felt the need to troll them. Because we used to try and farm for gold, and you'd have issues because you'd be trying to like do whatever quests or anything like that, and there'd be several Chinese farmers working in their sweatshop, farming gold themselves, and it's just like, you know, you're just in the way too much, guys. So I'm going to do what I can to ruin your business. So that was a lot of fun. I don't think that doesn't really work anymore, unfortunately. That was a lot of fun doing that. There's some pretty good swords up here. Phantom Blade. Phantom Blade's a good sword, but short sword of vengeance, eh? Pretty slow. If I've got gold at the time, I might have to get that. Actually, what am I doing? I should look up some armor to try and get as well. See, level 38, that's the level I am. Let's have a look at what is available. Agility. That's alright. Let's see. Some of it doesn't look like it's really going to be that huge a boost. Scorpashy stuff is not too bad though. That's actually really good. 2 gold though. It's a pity I'm so cheap. Is this wizard's hat? Is it see, if that was actually a pointy wizard's hat, I'd just totally buy that just for that, even if it was 4 gold. It's a pity the voodoo mask isn't a stamina agility, because I'd totally buy that as well. Oh no. Nah, it's not really looking like there's a lot here that I want to get. I don't want to lose the stamina from my boots. I've just gotten stamina on my gloves finally. Oh well, that's alright. Well, I've managed to get to level 40, so that is a big win for me. And yes. I'm actually halfway through level 40 now. Let's see if we can get these patterned bronze braces. 74 silver. That's what I need. That's what I get. That will do. That'll do, auction house. That'll do. Let's put those in my bag. And I think that is where I might leave the stream for tonight. So this time of the stream was a bit impromptu. But because I would have liked to have done this several hours ago, but oh well. The main thing is, level 40, I have my mount. I feel like I've won for the day. So I'm going to be heading off now. Hopefully I've been at least slightly enjoyable. I will see you all in the next stream, which will be, at the moment, is looking like Wednesday is back to normal for me. And I now have the War Chief's blessing. So have yourselves a good night, or good day, good whatever you're going to be doing now. Stay alive, and keep enjoying yourselves. Hope you all have a good one.